Technomadia had a break-in on their boat, and Pierre from Heatseeker Bus prepares for his big trip. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing today? All right, that's right, Heatseeker Bus. Let's start out with him. Now, that's our Canadian buddy who has been working on his big schoolie build. He did a little prep trip over the summertime where he went not too far, but he took a trip in the bus that was completed, and he went hiking and fishing and camping and all kinds of stuff like that. Well, now he is getting ready for a big trip. He is leaving the Great White North and heading south to the States. I happen to know that he is going to make a stop off at Totally Kathy's house on his way to Texas for Lolapalooza. So, that's right. Everybody going to Lolapalooza? You're going to get to meet and hang out with Pierre from Heatseeker Bus. Good luck, buddy. Safe travels, and I hope everything goes well. Alright, now we have Technomadia. That is Cherie and Chris. Now, I've been watching these guys for a long time. They're real, as the name would imply, technical savvy. They do have travel. They are nomads, but a lot of their stuff, they have two different channels, but a lot of their stuff is all about, getting Wi-Fi and maintaining Wi-Fi and connections and all that, and turning your whole rig into one giant hotspot and batteries and all that kind of stuff. But they had when I first started watching them, they started out with a big bus, an older bus that they had redone the whole inside and everything. Very nice old bus, not a school bus, an old people bus, and a very cool old bus. And then they wanted to get a boat, and they got a boat, and they did the Great Loop. But they had their boat down in Florida and everything. They kept the bus. Anywho, they had recently had a break-in on the boat. Now, they weren't there at the boat. They were somewhere else, cross-country somewhere. And they got an alert in the wee hours of the morning that there was motion on their boat. So as they were looking at their phone to see the updates and the pictures that they were getting, there was someone trying to break into their wheelhouse, into their cabin and everything, and they happened to get in. They saw the camera and they tore the camera down and threw it down and everything. Well, Chris did get to yell into his app, which the burglar heard that police are on the way and I can see you and get so the guy did scramble. But here's what the thing that brought to light was that they weren't there at the location. So, what happens when you are in another state or another part of the country and you call 911? Well, with the location indicators and everything and where you are at, you are given to the local dispatch. So, for instance, if they were here in Pennsylvania and they called 911, they would get my local area here in Harrisburg. They would get the local dispatcher for this county, whichever county they were in. So when they say, hey, my boat's being broken into in Florida, well, what does that do? How does that get to them? There's an extended period of time now. Instead of, the dispatcher dispatching police right away, now they have to go through a whole big process of finding out who to contact, how to contact them. So in their video, they go over all this, what they had to do, what they went through, and the time frame and everything. So I suggest you go over and check out their video and hear what they have to say. Now, this brings up a good point about a lot of things about the 911 system and everything, especially nowadays with all the technology that we have. And the nomads who have their security systems and this and that and the other. What happens, even if you do have your security system, and you get an alert on your phone and you look and you go, hey, someone's trying to break in or someone did break in and you're not there. What happens? Or say you are a nomad again and you're out and about and you're talking to a family member. You're in California, they're in Florida, for say. And you're talking to them on the phone and all of a sudden they say someone's trying to break into the house or I'm having a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. What do you do? If you call 911, you're going to get the dispatcher where you are. Now, back when I was a firefighter, things might have changed, but there was a lady, we responded to a call for her medical alert bracelet. Well, we went to her home. No one answered the door. We actually did forcible entry. We went into the home. No one was there because her medical alert bracelet alerted it. Sent an alert into the monitoring system. And again, it might have changed now. This was quite a few years ago, but it sent the emergency responders to the address where the lady lived. So she happened to be at her daughter's house. Now, it wasn't like in another state or anything, but it was in a different county and it wasn't at her home. So we were dispatched to her home. So these are the things you had to think about. Now, it doesn't have to be a different state. Say you're driving down the road and you see an accident on the highway. Well, you don't stop. It's on the other side of the median or whatever. So as you're driving by, you pick up your phone, you dial 911, you say, I just drove by an accident. It's on the highway, blah, 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 blah. Well, while you were driving, unbeknownst to you, because you don't know you're traveling, you now crossed into a different county. So you're telling this county dispatcher that you're on Interstate 83 or whatever it may be, and you just saw an accident, and you're looking around, they're saying, well, where? Because you don't see a mile marker or anything, and then you see one. So you kind of describe where you're at, and then you see a mile marker, and you say, oh, a mile marker, blah, 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 blah. So now they're going to dispatch the people into that county, when actually it's a whole county back, and it's a whole big thing. Now you'd think that, well, it doesn't matter, it's close enough, county's county, but yeah, that's a whole nother subject. Yeah, because you don't go out of your district because people have fits about it. It affects call numbers and money coming in and all kinds of good stuff that we won't even get into. But it's a whole thing. So, you may be, not far from your RV. You may be out walking around doing some things, sightseeing, and all of a sudden you see a little alert that, someone's too close or they bumped your RV or they're trying to take, something off the back, whether it be a bicycle or something, say. And you call 911. Well, you could be in a county over if you traveled just 20 minutes away. So it's something to think about, that when you have these things that aren't monitored, because I guess they have some other system that if you call in and say, hey, something's happening, they can alert the proper authorities in your area. But it is something to think about when you're out and about and you're talking to loved ones that are somewhere else. What does happen when you call 911? And are there numbers that you can call and say, hey, I'm here, but I need the emergency dispatch here? Because we often got called for wellness checks. I haven't heard from my mother in 2 weeks. She usually calls me at least, every other day, blah, 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 blah. And it's someone from a different state saying she lives here. So you have to know these numbers. If you have a boat, as Technomadia has, and you are in your RV for the wintertime, say, and you're traveling to the warmer climates, and so as you're traveling, you should have these numbers. Find them. Try to find these numbers for your loved ones, say. If you have a mother or a sister or whatever in this area, you should try to find the emergency contact numbers for that area. If you have, an RV in storage in a state and you're out traveling around somewhere else, find the emergency number for the area. It doesn't matter if you have that security system and you can see and go, oh, look, I'm watching someone rob my stuff on my camera. And you call 911 and they go, yeah, well, where's it at? Well, it's in another state. Well, we can't do anything, or we have to try to find a number. As you were watching, someone ransack, and instead of the cops being there in 3 to 5 minutes, they're there in a half hour because you had to go through all these things of finding the number and the contact and calling this state and that state. So if you do the legwork first and find out the number, so if you see that on your camera, you can call not 911, but this number that goes to the dispatch at that area, at that location where your monitoring system is. So go over and watch Technomadia's video about it. Very interesting information. Something I knew just because I was in the emergency services. But it's something that you guys should keep in mind. Because, again, you can have 27 cameras around your RV. But if you don't know how to get to the right people to get there to respond, it's really not doing you any good. This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.